Hello, and welcome to GTA 5 once again. So, funnily enough, my second video I've made on this game, reviewing the same mod. Alright, so we're going to start with the namesake, being the Packer. I reviewed this mod a while ago. I think the video was called, Best GTA 5 Truck Mod or something like that. So this is an update for it. This is version 2.0 of the mod. That it now spans the Packer, the Pounder, the Flatbed, and a new model that I'll be looking at later. So we're going to start with the Packer, and unfortunately, it actually looks like a lot of the modifications have been taken away. Either that, or I just can't find them. But I'm going to go through what I can find, and then I guess the mod author can tell me if I missed something. Because he commented on my last video saying that there was stuff in Benny's. And at the moment, all we have in here is the interior, which you'll notice actually works. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna make this one purple, because I can. The dashboard color doesn't seem to work. But I'm gonna make it pure gold, so if it does work, we'll know when I go to first person later. Wheels will likely just crash the game, so I'm not gonna touch that just in case. You can put the piece on the roof. Unfortunately, I noticed that once you put the thing on the roof, you then can't get it back off. Which I assume is a bug. But honestly, I think with the... Usually I prefer it with the roof fairing off. But with the lack of modification options as far as I can see, it kind of makes it look more like a Mac Vision, in my opinion. And in that guise, it looks better with the fairing on. And then for the bumpers, we got some bull bars, or a painted bumper. Or, sorry, a plastic bumper. The standard bumper is painted, and then you got chrome bumpers. I think I'm going to go with the plastic bumper for this one, because I like the sort of classic-y look. Then back here, we can get some fenders. And I noticed they're actually... Oh, I guess the stock bumper is plastic. I think... I don't know. I'm trying to do it all plastic, though. The same with the skirts, so... Some of the parts are both add-ons and extras. That includes the roof fairing, the side skirts, and I think one other thing that I couldn't figure out what it was. So technically, the stock skirt is this one. But it can also spawn with the bare fuel tanks that this truck had. But I'm going to go with the skirts with the plastic on them. Yeah. And for exhaust, you just have single and dual now. So I remember my favorite thing about this mod was that it added exhaust pipes that were behind the door. And unfortunately, this version of it removes those. Maybe they'll be back in a later version, though. So I'm going to keep with the dual, because a full-size truck with a single exhaust just looks wrong to me. And then for the chassis, got plastic trim and cheaper interior, which of course I'll be going with, because it kind of fits the theme of the truck. I kind of wish there was also, full skirts that went all the way to the rear tires. There aren't. And for the grill, of course, I gotta have the plastic grill, which is actually just my favorite one anyway. I might actually go with that one. That looks a bit better. And then the visor's the same way. Once it's on the truck, it can't be taken off. Which, of course, this version of the truck doesn't really look the greatest. Actually, I like it better than last time I saw it. I'll keep the visor. And before I do paints, there are also liveries. Oh, I think that's a gradient livery. It's just not as obvious because of the color the truck is. So I think to match the purple interior, I'm going to go with the purple stripes. And then let's make the rest of the truck black. Oh, yes. It's quite nice. And from what I can tell, it doesn't seem to actually have a secondary color. I don't see this changing anything. And the neon lights don't work. I already looked at that. As far as extras go, so this is where, like, most of this menu doesn't really do anything because I already set the extras as accessory parts. Oh, there we go. Now the roof piece is coming off. I had modified one earlier. It's sitting over there with the phantom. And I could not, for the life of me, get the roof piece to come off. Alright. Well, I kind of modified it with the roof piece being on in mind, so I'm going to leave it on. But there you go. So the roof piece is extra 11 apparently. And I'm not sure what 10 is. 10 and I think okay, so 1 is the sun shield. And I have it set as a custom accessory so it's not going to come off. 5 and 6 are side skirts. And then 10 might be bumper. I'm not sure. I don't see it doing anything. The other thing you might notice, though, is the animated mud flaps. Right. So... oh, I'm going to look at the interior. There we go. Yeah, it's my nice purple interior. And it does have a custom, obviously, with the open sleeper and everything. Which I want to say is something that I had actually requested in my first video, was being able to actually look backward into the sleeper. And look at that, he did it. That might be why some of the modifications are gone. He might have had to modify the sleeper to... or he or she might have had to modify the sleeper to be able to do the interior. I also noticed that it has 3 windshield wipers now, which... is actually fitting for the shape of the windshield. Though 2 long ones probably also work. Anyway, so this is what the new interior looks like. And it is, like, completely custom. It's got it's an interesting steering wheel for a big truck. And of course, it all works. Definitely feels more like a truck interior than what we had before. It'd be kind of cool if the brake gauge worked. Doesn't look like any of the other gauges actually move. But anyway, so that's the interior, and also, as you can see, the dashboard does not change color like I thought. Move the truck back a little bit. Right. Oh, I wanted to leave the engine running. Get in the truck. Menu customs. Get out of the truck. Engine on. There we go. Alright. So that's the Packer, the namesake of the mod. And I just have it hooked to a flatbed to kind of keep with the theme. So next one we're up, we're doing it by size, obviously, is the Pounder. Which, in the default game, is a box truck. I actually kind of like it in this better. Oop. I always disliked the Pounder because... it was the only truck in the game that you couldn't put stuff in the box if you managed to knock the doors off. Which, of course, in patches they made it extremely difficult to knock the doors off the box trucks anyway, but even if you did knock the doors off the Pounder, you still couldn't put anything in it, which annoyed me, because it was a, good-sized box truck. Probably could have fit 2 cars in that if they were small enough, or if you packed them right. Anyway. So, the Pounder with this mod is now a flatbed, which is, I actually think, fits it quite well. New customs. I actually have not looked at any of the mods for this truck. The only one I've modified is the Packer. So, still not going to mess with wheels because it's probably still going to crash the game. And it doesn't look like this actually has a bunch of exciting stuff. It's just the standard. Oh, you can actually change the suspension. But, of course, we can change the color. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I like that. So, if we wanted, we'd have a chrome bed. For reasons. Alright. What about doors? Okay, the tailgate does open. Nice. For some reason, close doesn't work. But what we can do... Oh, are there liveries? Don't look like it. What we can do is look at what all loads there are. Oh! You can actually remove the walls. Cool, because I was kind of thinking I kind of wish it was just an unwalled flatbed. You can actually... remove... What? Once again, cannot find what this add-on actually is. Okay, that's interior. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, you can get the visor. I actually like how it looks with the visor. And then you got the 3 loads. Oh, so you can have it with the walls with the different cargos. Gotcha. But you can't have this cargo without the wall. Okay, cool. And yeah, it looks like that's about everything for this truck. And this one should also have the same interior. I'm not actually going to look at it. The interior should just be the same as the other one. What I didn't look at, actually, is if the interior color changes on this one. I assume it does. Classic white. Nope. But it looks as though it's the same dashboard and everything. Alright. So next up, we have the Flatbed. So this is the truck that's actually called the Flatbed in the game, but it's actually a rollback record. Probably should have turned off the radios off before I started recording. Oh well. So this is the third and final modified truck. So these were all replacing the original trucks. And this one should also have the same interior. It also appears to not change. And I assume the dashboard color doesn't do anything either. No. So you can only modify the actual Packers interior. Ooh, this one actually has modifications, though. Okay. Actually, I like how it looks with the metal bumper. With the chrome bumper. Well, I guess that is accurate, because usually this type of truck would have plastic bumpers, so. Oh, and you can, oh. That's pretty cool. I actually like the skirt. And dual exhaust. That's what I was looking for. I think the Pounder was the most recent addition to the mod, so that's probably why it has the least modifications. Okay, I noticed there that the whole fender disappeared. So if you could get it without any of these options, you could have no fenders, which would be fun. Oh. I'm guessing that's an extras issue. Let's just... There we go. Make it black, then you don't have any lettering. Go with silver. What about the secondary color? Does secondary color do anything on this truck? Does not appear to. Alright, extras. Okay, yeah, so that was an extra. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I would kind of like if it removed the side as well, so you could just have a chassis truck. The extra 10 is the armrest, just like in the Pounder. Oh, because you can put a different type of bed on it. And then that's the visor. Gotcha. So now you can actually make it a flatbed. It's just a roll-off flatbed. Okay. That's interesting. And it looks like that's all for this truck. It's worth mentioning, this mod does also work with the script that makes the working rollback. And that is an option, an add-on option that you get with the download. I don't have it installed because I didn't feel like it, but it does work with it. So that's the 3 replacements. You got the replaced Packer with the new modded one, the replaced Pounder, and the replaced Flatbed. But the mod now also adds a new vehicle. So this is an add-on. This is the MTL Wrecker. It's basically like a middle ground. So you have the tiny old-style tow truck. Oh, shit. Really should have turned all those off beforehand. So you have the tiny old-style tow truck. Then you got the really big, admittedly old-style tow truck, the one that's based on the International. So now you have this one in the middle, which honestly is something I think they should just add to the game anyway, but they're not adding stuff to single player anymore, so what do I know? I think this is a really cool little addition, and it does work. Fortunately, I happen to have a smashed up car here that I can show that with. It's got some height on it. There we go, it works just fine. Oh, okay. Well, it's a little bit glitchy with the collisions for the thingamajig. I forget what they're called. But the tow truck does tow anyway. Oh, and it creates some funky damage. Look at the tailgate. Anyway, let's see if there's any stuff we can do to it. Any stuff. Anything we can do to it. You modify the interior of this one? Nope. We can put the bull bar and stuff on it, though. Definitely want a bull bar. So this looks like it likely has the same modifications as the flatbed. Yeah. Kind of wish we had taller exhaust. Grill, let's have that, sure. Kind of want a chrome one, but... Or was the default one chrome? I don't actually see a difference between these two. Anyway. Of course, you can do the visor. Oh, the visor has lettering on it. Yes. Sport tow truck. I don't know. So this has a livery right now, so it actually doesn't. Oh, and it's worth mentioning the lights work as well. Let's just make it really funky. Let's make it pink and purple, so that when I remove the livery, it'll look really ugly. Well, I say ugly. Might not look that bad on this truck. Some vehicles just can't pull it off. And it actually looks like it doesn't have a secondary color. So you got... And I assume that at least one of these must be based on... And yeah, this one is the same company that's on the side of the big tow truck. I like it. It actually has 3 different designs. But I assume these are all companies that you can actually find in the game somewhere. And let's go with that one. That actually looks pretty good. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Extras. What do we got for extras? Huh. Take the cones off. Ooh. Oh. Yes, please. Still not sure what that extra is. And this one's armorless. I don't see this one doing anything. I don't know what it is. But it looks like that is everything for this truck. And it is quite a lot. So this mod, well, it removes some of the stuff, or at least seems to remove some of the modifications from the Packer. Oh. Okay, with the damage, that is a little bit laggy. Or a little bit glitchy, rather. It seems to remove some of the stuff from the Packer, but it definitely still adds a lot, and I quite enjoy it. Yeah, I wanted to leave the engine running again. Custom engine on. There we go. That's quite a lineup of trucks, I'll be honest. And then, like I said, I just made one over here that I was just testing stuff on. I do plan on also making a mod for video for this truck. This is a mod by the same author who made the mod I'm showcasing here. I just need to fix something on it first. The handling file seems to be causing an issue, so I want to figure out what's wrong with that before I make a video on it. But that will be coming at a later date. That mod is even more impressive than the Packer one. But anyway, so that's going to be the end of this video. Oh, some more technical stuff. There's also, with the Packer and the Phantom, I believe, there's compatibility for trailer, like, I think modded trailers. I'll have to go look for them. I don't actually know what trailers they are. But the truck's able to pull more trailers, and I believe all of the game it'll spawn pulling pretty much all of the game trailers now, where it didn't used to. So, with all that being said, that'll be the end of this video. I will leave a link in the description to the mod, and I'll leave a link for the Phantom mod as well, but like I said, I am going to make a separate video for that one at a later date. And if you happen to be watching this video at a later date, I'll have the link to the Phantom video in the description as well. So, for the moment, that's going to be the end of it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any recommendations for games I should play on the channel, or maybe even another mod you want to see showcased, just let me know in the comments. I really want to get some more submission style things going on. And hey, if you want to see some more GTA videos, the game still doesn't run perfectly on my system, but it runs a lot better now that I've upgraded my hardware. So if you'd like to see me doing some more GTA stuff, let me know of that too, because it could be fun. Ow. But like I said, for the moment, this is going to be the end of the video. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.